hair in the stream, caught in the middle of a midsummer dream. The world is a shouting, the world is a race, but the water is moving at its own steady pace. It don't check the sunrise, it don't check the moon. It knows that the ocean is coming quite soon. We're fighting the current, we're pulling the oar, always looking for a different shore. But the bend in the river is a lesson in grace, and finding the beauty of this time and this place. The river don't rush, and the river don't care about the weight of the worry or the dust in your hair. It just rolls through the valley, it just flows through the pine, taking its sweet and its heavenly time. So lay down your burden and let the banks be your bed, and let the slow water go on and clear out your head. I watched a dry leaf as it floated along, carried away on the back of a song. It didn't go faster, it didn't go slow, it just went where the gravity told it to go. There's a peace in the power of letting things be, between the high mountain and the deep salt sea. The stones at the bottom are polished and round from years of the pressure and years of the sound. Acceptance is something that's carved in the clay, a little bit more with each passing day. The river don't rush, and the river don't care about the weight of the worry or the dust in your hair. It just rolls through the valley, it just flows through the pine, taking its sweet and its heavenly time. Let the world keep its hurry, let the clock lose its gear. I'm staying right here while the water runs clear. River don't rush, slow and steady. The gravel is crunching under the tire. The sky is a mixture of honey and fire. I back the old Chevy right up to the edge of the cloverleaf field and the blackberry hedge. The metal is warm where I'm taking a seat, kicking the dust off the soles of my feet. The engine is ticking, cooling down from the drive. It's the best kind of feeling to be fully alive. I pull out the 6th string and I strike a slow chord, the only real master that I can afford. It's a tailgate evening, a front row view of the orange and red and the deep violet blue, playing a song for the crickets and trees in the soft-spoken breath of a 10-mile breeze. Let the day fade away, let the light go to sleep. I've got a mountain of silence to keep on a tailgate evening. There's a cold tin of something sitting right by my hand, and a view that no money could ever command. The birds are all heading for the safety of home, leaving me here in the star-dusted dome. I don't need a spotlight, I don't need a stage, just the turn of the light and the turn of the page. The world is so busy with its what and its why, but I'm busy watching the change in the sky. There's no important and there's no urgent tonight, just the fading of shadows and the coming of light. It's a tailgate evening, a front row view of the orange and red and the deep violet blue, playing a song for the crickets and trees in the soft-spoken breath of a 10-mile breeze. The stars are beginning to peek through the haze at the end of the best of my wandering days. Tailgate evening, fading away. There's a place in the corner of this old wooden hall where the sun makes a pattern on the face of the wall. It don't glare like the neon, it don't burn like the noon. It's a visual version of a low humming tune. Dust motes are golden, just drifting along, like the notes in the middle of a slow-moving song. The edges are blurred and the colors are deep, like a promise the afternoon's trying to keep. You can feel the clock slow, and you can feel the heart mend in the place where the shadows and the lights start to blend. It's where the light stays soft and the world stays still, on the quieter side of the high climbing hill, where the now is enough and the tomorrow is far, and you finally remember just who you are. No jagged reflections, no white-knuckle heat, just the light staying soft, and the rest is complete. I sit in the chair with the velvet and rust, watching the lights settle down in the dust. The kettle is singing a song for the room, while the garden is dreaming of its next early bloom. Comfort is something you can't really buy, but you find it right here in the shift of the sky. The world is so sharp with its edges and lines, but here in the valley the silver light shines. It rounds off the angles, it softens the blow of all of the things that we're destined to know. It's where the light stays soft and the world stays still, on the quieter side of the high climbing hill, where the now is enough and the tomorrow is far, and you finally remember just who you are. Let the evening come easy, let the shadows get long, and the soft lighted silence where we both belong, where the light stays soft. The path is overgrown and the signs are all gone, but I'm walking the trail that I used to be on. The oak trees are taller, the bark is more gray, since the last time I stood here and watched the day. But as I get closer, I hear the old sound of the river moving through the hallowed out ground. It don't need a greeting, it don't need a word, it's the oldest of stories that I've ever heard. I reach down a hand and I touch the cold blue, and I feel like the version of me that was true, because the water knows my name and the water knows my soul. It's seen all the pieces that make up the whole. It remembers the boy with the cane pole and string, and it hears all the songs that I'm trying to sing. It's a mirror for memory, a deep flowing vein, and the water knows my name. about the miles I've traveled and the things I've been through. It listens with ripples, it answers with spray as it washes the dust of the city away. The current is steady, the secret is deep, and the promises made and the ones I couldn't keep. You can leave for a lifetime, you can wander the globe, but you can't shed the spirit like an old winter robe. The river is waiting, the river is home, no matter how far or how lonesome you roam, because the water knows my name, and the water knows my soul. It's seen all the pieces that make up the whole. It remembers the boy with the cane pole and string, and it hears all the songs that I'm trying to sing. It flows to the ocean, but it stays in the heart, where the water and the man never have to part. Water knows my name. Tools are all hung in their place on the wall, and the shadow of the maple is starting to fall. The garden is watered, the mail has been read, and I've got a few notions spinning in my head. No headlines to worry, no sirens to hear, just the sound of the evening drawing so near. I look at my hands and I see a day's work, and the grime on the knuckles and the lines where they lurk. It's an honest to goodness, a simple to see kind of a rhythm that's working for me. And that's another day gone easy, another night one, watching the work of the moon and the sun. Gratitude's heavy and the spirit is light as I turn out the lamp and I welcome the night. No drama, no trouble, no reason to cry, just another day gone easy on by. The porch swing is humming, it's rhythmic, grown, the prettiest music I've ever been shown. The neighbors are quiet, the dogs are asleep, in the middle of a piece that I'm happy to keep. I didn't do much that the papers would print, but I found a whole world in a sprig of the mint. spend all our time looking for the big thing, forgetting the joy that the small moments bring. A clean smelling shirt and a cold glass of tea are plenty of riches for a man such as me. And that's another day gone easy, another night won, watching the work of the moon and the sun. Gratitude's heavy and the spirit is light as I turn out the lamp and I welcome the night. Let the world keep its prizes, I've already won with another day gone easy and the setting of the sun. Gone easy, real easy. I sat down to watch how the clouds moved along while the morning was humming its opening song. I meant to be busy, I meant to be fast, but I fell into a moment that was built out of glass. Coffee went cold and the newspaper stayed in the long stretching shadow the cedar tree made. The watch on my wrist is a ticking machine, but it doesn't know nothing of the in-between. I looked at the light and it shifted from white to a gold-colored signal for the oncoming. I didn't notice time, I didn't see it go. I was busy watching the wildflowers grow. I was lost in the now, I was found in the still, as the mercury dropped on the side of the hill. It's a beautiful theft, it's a wonderful crime when you look up and realize you didn't notice time. The hawk made a circle, then he made 20 more. I sat like a stone on the old porch floor. I wasn't a-thinking of the next or the past, just the way that the light on the meadows cast. Presence is a mountain that's hard to climb, but the air at the top is a feeling sublime. We're chasing the hours like they're gonna run out, with a head full of noise and a heart full of doubt. But if you sit quiet and you let the world turn, There's a different kind of a lesson to learn, and I didn't notice time, I didn't see it go. I was busy watching the wildflowers grow. I was lost in the now, I was found in the still. As the mercury dropped on the side of the hill, let the clock run away, let the bells all chime. I'm perfectly happy that I didn't notice time. Didn't notice time at all. The roof has a leak, and the fence needs a rail, and the check for the taxes is lost in the mail. My back has an ache that is starting to stay, and the mirror is showing more silver than gray. But I step out the door and I look at the field, at the end of the harvest and the end of the yield. The world is a mess and the world is a fight, but everything changes in this kind of light. It's a 5-minute window where the glory is free, the broken down barn and a man just like me. When the sun falls just right on the edge of the day, the trouble and worry just melt all away. It paints over the cracks and it gilds all the rust, turns all the sorrow into golden hued dust. It ain't a perfect life, but it's a beautiful sight when the sun falls just right. The orchard is glowing like a cathedral of green, the prettiest thing that I've ever seen. It don't matter much that the tractor won't start when the light is a-healing the holes in your heart. For a moment or two we're all royalty here in the gold-covered valley and the air that is clear. It's a mercy that's given to the weary and worn, between the deep night and the break of the morn. A reminder that beauty is a permanent thing, no matter what changes. The seasons may bring falls just right on the edge of the day. The trouble and worry just melt all away. It paints over the cracks and it gilds all the rust, and it turns all the sorrow into golden hued dust. The night's coming on, but I'm holding the light because the sun fell just right. Sun falls just right. The highway is humming a few miles away, with people are rushing to the end of their day. They're looking for something that's over the bend, a better or brighter or a different end. But I've got my chair, and I've got my view, and a sky that is turning a deep violet blue. I've done all the running that a man needs to do, searching for places and searching for you. But the more that I traveled, the more that I found that the treasure is buried in this patch of ground. And there's no need to go anywhere, no need to fly. Under the roof of this big country sky, I'm exactly where the map says I ought to be. In the middle of the peace, in the middle of me. Let the road keep its lure and the world keep its snare. I've got no need to go anywhere. The coffee is warm and the evening is cool, and I'm feeling like I finally graduated from school. The school of the restless, the school of the more. I've left all that baggage right outside the door. There's a whole lot of nothing happening tonight, and I'm finding the nothing is a feeling just right. The grasses are growing, the wind is a breath in the beautiful space between birth and the death. If you're always moving, you're missing the grace of the light as it moves over your very own face. And there's no need to go anywhere, no need to fly. Under the roof of this big country sky, I'm exactly where the map says I ought to be. In the middle of the peace and the middle of me. I'm staying put, I'm pulling up a chair because I've got no need to go anywhere. Nowhere at all. perfectly round. Not a ripple to see, and not a ripple to sound. The trees are all standing upside down in the blue, looking just as solid and looking just as true. I'm sitting on the bank with my head in my hands, watching the shift of the hourglass sands. The thoughts are like dragonflies darting in fast, trying to catch a moment that's already past. But the water is patient, the water is deep, waiting for the secrets that the surface can keep. Still water, still mind, a reflection of peace, where the noise of the city and the worry can cease. If I sit long enough, I can see all the way to the heart of the light at the end of the day. It's a clarity found in the quietest kind of still water and a still mind. The mud settles down to the bottom of the lake, leaving a world that is no longer opaque. You can't see the truth when the surface is rough, when the wind and the weather are acting so tough. Surrender is a liquid, surrender is a pool, where the spirit is calm and the spirit is cool. Don't throw a stone, don't break the glass, just let the heavy-hearted moments all pass. Wait for the ripples to reach for the shore, until you don't feel the less or the more. Still water, still mind, a reflection of peace, where the noise of the city and the worry can cease. If I sit long enough, I can see all the way to the heart of the light at the end of the day. I'm sinking down deep, leaving the trouble behind in the still water and the still mind, still and deep. Fireflies are winking in the tall yellow grass, watching the ghost of the afternoon pass. The sky is a purple that's bruised and it's deep, and the rest of the world is a going to sleep. But I'm not quite ready put it away, the magic and the music of this beautiful day. One more G chord, one more round, one more victory over the ticking of time, before the stars take the stage and the moon takes the lead. I've got one final hunger that I've got to feed, just one more song before the dark takes hold. In the silver of the evening turns the valley to cold, holding on to the light with a wire and a wood, in a way that only a traveler could. Let the shadows get long, let the night birds start with one more song. From the bottom of my heart, I can feel the wood vibrating against my chest. The only real comfort, the only real rest. The melody's old, but the feeling is new, like the first falling drop of the morning time dew. I'm singing for nobody, singing for all, as the curtain of the evening starts to make its final fall. It's a thin wall partition between the now and the then, until the sun decides to come and do it all again. But for these few minutes, the world is all mine, in the 3-minute space of a lonesome old line. Just one more song before the dark takes hold. In the silver of the evening turns the valley to cold, holding on to the light with a wire and a wood, in a way that only a traveler could. The sun's gone away, but the music is bright.